Hello, epic viewers from around the multiverse. Prepare to indulge in experiencing sheer bliss, because today another riveting, captivating, stellar review video is about to be brought to fruition. What item will I be reviewing? Without further delay, without further procrastination, let's allow the review to commence. Today I'm going to be reviewing the King Cold action figure. This is a custom-made King Cold action figure that was recently sold via eBay. Do I have any qualms about forgoing the opportunity to buy this figurine? At the moment I do not, and I'll elucidate why I do not. Now, this figurine has tremendous merit in nearly every facet. What are his merits, you may ask? Well, let me delineate why he's worth an exorbitant, hefty premium price. He comes bundled with interchangeable hands. You can change them out at your own discretion. He has fisted hands. He also has hands with fingers that are semi-clenched together. So that's always a novelty that's welcome. I love being able to swap out my action figures' hands. I love when they come bundled with interchangeable hands. The more the merrier. I'm looking for abundance, not scarcity. So, in conjunction with the interchangeable hands, you also have a burly, enormous action figure. He stands roughly 8 inches tall, so he dwarfs nearly everyone he comes in contact with, if most of your action figures are 6 inches. Furthermore, he has high quality hues, he has high quality textures, he has high quality shadings, he has high quality aesthetics, he has ample points of articulation. This is just a stupendous, marvelous figure. You can place him into nearly any dynamic pose that you can conceive of. So there's tremendous latitude for articulation in nearly every joint of his body. You can maneuver his tail in any direction that you see fit. He just looks like he's poised for battle. He truly looks menacing and intimidating, and he truly instills trepidation in the hearts of his adversaries. When King Cold is within your vicinity, you better run. You better flee. You better abscond from your abode, because if King Cold's coming for you, then you're in danger. In other words, King Cold is a villainous, sadistic, evil, malicious, cunning, conniving, galactic ruler. And because of his status, because of his feats in the Dragon Ball Z universe, he's definitely a worthwhile figure to obtain. How many other action figures do you possess on par with the epicness of King Cold? This figurine is quite robust. He's intricate. He lacks finger joint articulation. That's one of my complaints off the get-go. He also lacks an ab crunch. He lacks a diaphragm joint. And it seems as though he has minor paint blemishes. So these blemishes are relatively subtle, they're inconspicuous. However, if you illuminate this figurine, then you'll be able to pinpoint any scratches, scuffs, dings, or dents with relative ease. And in spite of all these minute flaws, he's practically unscathed. So he's in excellent condition. In my opinion, he warrants a $120 in my opinion, he warrants a price tag of $120. However, I can't vindicate buying him for over that outrageous amount of over $120. $120 is quite a lofty price tag, and for me to concede such an exorbitant amount, he would have to have more value than the Jack Pacific King Cold, which he does, but he doesn't have enough value for me to vindicate buying him for an additional $50 above $120, especially considering that you can obtain the Jack Pacific King Cold action figure for under $100. If you're patient, if you're prudent, if you're meticulous, and if you check eBay every day, then you'll eventually be able to stumble upon King Cold for under $100. But this figurine is quite marvelous. He's spectacular. He's stupendous. He's an excellent addition to anyone's prodigious action figure collection. You can't go wrong purchasing him if you have money that you can afford to splurge with. On the other hand, if you're destitute, if you're poor, if you detest and disdain action figures, then you may want to abstain from buying him. However, if you relish action figures and if you can afford to buy custom-made action figures, then by all means consider purchasing him. But based on the $170 price tag, I'd have to rate him to be a 8 out of 10 as an action figure for $170. So objectively speaking, I'd rate him to be an 8 out of 10 as a $170 custom-made action figure. He's nearly on par with the SH Figure Arts action figures, but he's not part of that action figure line, so the price is just out of the parameters of my budget, and if I could afford to buy him, I would have, but it is what it is. He's an inch taller than the Jack Pacific King Cold. He trumps the Jack Pacific King Cold in nearly every facet. He's more refined. He has better details. He has superior paint applications. He's more burly. So, if he was $100, then I'd rate him to be a 9 out of 10. My only gripes appertaining to the figurine encompass the lack of finger joint articulation and the lack of a diaphragm joint. Other than that, there's no major issues. I also would have preferred if he came with a cape